Hello, my students. Grade 7 English medium. Turn on the chat. How are you? Just tell me, how are you, Buddha? And wish you very, very happy New Year. Right? Hi. Right. So you are staying with grade 7 English medium class. Right. So today we are going to start our first lesson, Symmetry. Okay, so I know there are so many new students here. Put new to the chat if you are a brand new student to my class. If you are a brand new student to my class, put new to the chat. Chat එක පොඩක් මෙහාට කරන්න මට පේන්නේ. If you're a brand new student, put new to the chat. Okay. There are so many brand new students to our classes. All right. Okay. Off the chat for a while. All right. Puta. Puta, I have to give marks. Actually, Puta, in our class is each and every month you will receive your tutorial to your home, right? So this is your first tutorial. Hari, the first tutorial of grade 7, tute number 1, right? This tutorial consists of the first 3 lessons, symmetry, sets, and operations on whole numbers. Okay, right. So today we are going to start your first lesson, symmetry. And also, Puta, if you could not come to the live class, you can come to the repeat class, or else you can watch your class recordings from our website. And also you will be having an application to use, Hari, for your Android phone or Apple phone or whatever, right? You will have the app, and there are so many features in our class, right? Puta, do you know, once we complete a lesson, there will be a unit test. Once we complete a month, there will be a monthly test, right? Okay. Now, actually, Puta, in the month of December, we have conducted the unit test for the final lessons of the grade 6, right? And I could not give the rankings. I could not give the marks. I could not publish it. Now I am going to publish who are the top 10 students who have got highest marks for the previous unit test that I have conducted, and also the monthly test that I have conducted, right? So now I am going to announce. Actually, Buddha, if you are a brand new student, you were not in my class now when you were in the grade 6, right? So now I am going to announce the top 10 students who have got the highest marks for the final unit test that I have conducted, and also the monthly test as well. Let's see that 10 come back to the class, okay? Right. Let's see who are the top 10 students who have got the highest marks for the previous unit test of the, right? Data interpretation, grade 6. The unit number 23, the first place goes to Tiseni Chenaya, Vidura College. Second place goes to Ahas Bahanama College, Colombo. Then Pansini from CWW Kanangara Central College, and Yetuli from Royal International College, Kegol, and Yashodhya Navanjana from Kerala College, and Tikshana from Hambantota Beliatta Central College, and Binok from Boys Model School, Malade, Dev from Siridamba College, and Onadi from Vidura College, right? And also Sehansa Hesanji from Badula Central College. Okay, let's see who are the top 10 students who have got the highest marks of the unit test in research. First place goes to Yasasmi from Jinaraja Girls College. Second place goes to Noor Maliha from Muslim Ladies College, Colombo 4. And Sandasi from Rajasingha Central College, Wandal. Then Julan, then Sohansa from Hilu College. And Sanuncha from CWW Kanangara Central College, Amasha from Thurston College, Colombo, Amasha, and Litumi from Weimar Royal College, Litumi, and Heshani from Jinaraja Girls College, and Yenara Sinuri Bimansa from Anuradhapura Nivatta Chaitya National School. Okay, so let's see who are the top 10 students who have got the highest marks for the unit number 25 area which I conducted. third term of the grade 6 in the month of December. The first place goes to Kiseni Chenaya from Vidura College. And second place goes to Litisha Shenaya from 7A Adventist High School. And Hansa from JNC. Padia from Lyceum International School, Panadura. Ikew from Badegama from Siridhamma College. And Pidasa and Akshada Liyadipita from Hillwood College, Kandy. And Sanuja from Bodhiraja College. And Tinula from Royal International College, Kewal. And Senthi from Sangamika College. Okay, let's see who are the top 10 students who have got the highest marks of the monthly test of December. The first place goes to Yenisha Manu from Royal Central College, and the Senara Dahamli from New State Girls College, and Punaru from Loyola College, and Sayuri from Badula Central College, and Lehansa from Pomagama Mahinda Rajapaksa College, and Dinudi from Mahamaya Girls College, Kandy, and Ashel from Sumedha College, Gampaha, and Jeevananda from DS Senanayaka College, and Noor Maliha from Muslim Ladies College, Colombo 4, and Ranudi from Dharmapala Mahavidyalaya. Okay, nice. So my new students, so you have to understand that our class is so much different than other online classes, right? Once you complete a lesson, there will be a monthly test, and we will evaluate you, and we will give the top 10 rankings. And there are so many things that you need to know about our online class. Anyhow, Puta, with this tutorial, in the month of January, and also I'm sending you very special things to your home, workbook cover and notebook cover. Right? Let me show that. And also the calendar as well in the month of January. So these, apart from this tutorial, you will receive notebook cover, workbook cover. Right? Puta, you will receive this notebook cover and workbook cover. So you have to prepare 2 CR books. One is workbook, one is notebook. I will explain what you have to do in notebook and what you have to do in workbook. Right? In the month of January, for the class payment of the January, I will send you. Right. So for the payment of the class fee of the month of January, you will receive your first tutorial, and also you will receive this 2 workbook cover and notebook cover, and you have to prepare 2 CR books, right? For the workbook and notebook, and I will explain what you have to do in the notebook and what you have to do in the workbook as well. Okay, right. Shall we start the lesson? Right. Shall we go to the lesson then? Okay. Pute, your first unit is symmetry. Pute, actually, in my class for the grade 6, grade 7, and grade 8, Pute, we have to do the works in the class in your tutorial actually, because I have prepared the tutorial that you can do your works in the classroom on the tutorial. But since today is the first day, because of the first day, okay, just take your notebook and we shall start the works right now. But Puta, the thing is, Puta, actually I told you to prepare 2 books, workbook and notebook. What you have to do is, Puta, normally in our class we are doing our works on the tutorial, right? Your tutorial, this tutorial, actually once you pay the class fee, within 3 days you will receive this tutorial. And also you have to remember the factor that we are sending the tutorials. Then, for example, we are starting to send the tutorial of the February month, right? 25th of the January month. Within 3 days you will receive your tutorial, right? Normally, right? Then once you pay the class fee, within 3 days you will receive your tutorial, and there are so many options to track in. I will explain them later, right? So in the class, actually, you have to do your works on the tutorial. I have prepared the tutorial according to that, right? Even though if you do your works on the tutorial, what you have to do at home is, Puta, you have to do again what you have done in the class in your notebook, right? I told you, no, you have to prepare a notebook and workbook, right? So what you have to do is, for the month of class fee of January, I am sending you workbook cover and notebook cover. So you have to prepare two CR books, right? You have to prepare two CR books. One book is, we call it as notebook, right? Other book is workbook. Other book is workbook. Right. So, Buddha, normally we can do our all the works on the tut itself on in the class. Even though if you have done your works on in the tutorial, what you have to do at home, Buddha, before you come to the next session, you have to do again what you have done in the class, what you have done in the tutorial, in your notebook before you come to the next class. That is why we are doing that, Puta, because a lot of students, they do not know how to study. Even we have to learn as well, Puta. We have to learn how to learn. Can you understand what I'm saying? So Puta, actually, uh, it is not enough that we are going for a class or we are going for the school and we study something and we just come back home and we sleep and we go to the next session. That is not studying, Buddha, right? So what you have to do is, Buddha, once we have done something in the class, you have to do it again at home, right? Do it again mean not just the photocopy, something. You have to study it. You have to just think what we have done, right? So you have to think what we have done, what we have studied. So you have to just think by yourself and you have to do it again in your notebook and you have to come to the next session. All right. Okay. Then today, because the lot of students here, all are newbies, so they just want to come to the class and see what is going on. And then you have to register to the class. Because of that, majority of you, I know you don't have the tutorial with you right now. Right. Right. Because of that, we shall do our works and we shall start our work on the notebook today, right? But before you come to the next session, you will receive this tutorial within 3 days after the class payment. So you can do what we have done today on the tutorial and complete and come to the next section on next week. So it doesn't matter, right? Okay. Okay. So Buddha, the first lesson is symmetry, right? So, Buddha, if you have the tutorial with you right now, my old students, they already have paid the class fee and they already have this tutorial with them. But new students, you don't have the tutorial with you, no? It doesn't matter, Buddha, right? Just if you do not have the tutorial with you right now, just take your notebook and just write the topic symmetry. You have to learn the first lesson is symmetry, right? Write down the topic, Buddha, symmetry. Symmetry. This is your first unit, Buddha, unit number 1. Symmetry. Unit number 1. Unit number 1. Okay, so what do you mean by symmetry? Actually, Buddha, when we are learning about symmetry, then hopefully you can understand, Buddha, neither. Bilateral symmetry. What do you mean by bilateral symmetry? Bilateral symmetry. Buddha, write down the subtopic bilateral symmetry. Bilateral symmetry. What do you mean by bilateral symmetry? I think you can't see this, right? So let me write that as well. Bilateral symmetry. But here you can see, if I take such a plane figure and if I fold this plane figure along this straight line, you can understand these two parts coincides each other, right? Then I can say this plane figure is bilateral symmetrical along this axis, right? So here you have to understand the fact that if a plane figure can be folded along a straight line so that you get two parts which coincide, then the plane figure is defined as bilateral symmetrical figure, and the line of folding is defined as axis of symmetry of the figure. What you have to understand, Buddha, if I take this plane figure and if I fold this plane figure along this straight line, what happens? You can understand this part and this part, these two parts coincides each other. Then what I can say is, Puta, this plane figure is bilaterally symmetrical along this axis, right? So I can name this axis as symmetrical axis or symmetrical line, right? Right. Shh. Wait. Look at this figure. Actually, the butterfly. But here you can understand that if I take this as a plane figure, if I fold this plane figure along this straight line, what happens is, Buddha, it coincides each other. So I can say this plane figure is bilateral symmetrical plane figure along this axis. So this axis is the symmetrical axis. I can name that axis as symmetrical axis or the symmetrical line. Correct. What about this? It's like a bow leaf, right? bow කොලයක් වගේනේ. හරි. දැන් මේ bow කොලෙත් පුතා මේ bilateral symmetrical object එකක්. මම මේක plane figure එකක් විදිහට හිතුවොත්. හරි. බලන්න පුතේ මේ if I fold this along this straight line, what happens is it exactly coincides. Two parts exactly coincides. So what I can say is this plane figure is bilaterally symmetrical. දීපාර්ශික සමමිතිකයි. Bilaterally symmetrical along this axis, right? Right. Okay, let's write down these points. If you have the tutorial with you, you don't need to write down right now, but at home you can do it in your notebook again. Right, let's see. So if a plane figure, so draw these three figures. Let's draw these three figures. And let's write down. If a plane figure can be folded along a straight line, if a plane figure can be folded along a straight line so that you can get two parts which coincide, then the plane figure is defined as a bilateral symmetrical plane figure. A bilateral symmetrical plane figure. The line of folding is defined as an axis of symmetry of the figure. ඒ කියන්නේ පුතේ axis of symmetry is මේ සමහර plane figures වල එකකට වැඩිය තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. හරි. දැන් මේ figures තුන ගත්තා නම් එකයි තියෙන්නේ. අපිට දැන් වෙන line එකක් දිහා බලන්නකෝ. වෙන line එකක් ඔස්සේ නමුත් එක මතක පීරයි. coincide වෙයිද නෑ? Some plane figures, they are having more than one symmetrical axis, right? Axis. So here, the line of folding is defined as an axis of symmetry of the figure. an axis of symmetry of the figure. In a bilateral symmetrical plane figure, plane figure figure, the two parts on either sides of an axis of symmetry are same shape, same area. You have to understand that, right? The first figure, balan, the two parts either sides of the symmetrical line, puta, same shape, same area, right? In a bilateral symmetrical plane figure, two parts on the either side of an axis of symmetry are the same shape and same area. Turn on the chat. Put a heart to the chat if you could understand. What do you mean by bilateral symmetries? Could you understand properly? I will tell you. Workbook ගැන කියන්න ඉස්සලා මේ ඉස්සලා මම අහන ප්‍රශ්නෙට උත්තර දෙන්න. Of the chat. Kind of. Turn on the chat. Who told no? Kind of. Turn on the mic for Rehan. Rehan, I'm asking you a problem. Can you please turn on your mic, please? Rehan.
Hello? Mic.
Okay, I think there are two Rehans actually. I don't know who has put the message, the kind of, put all it. You can ask me anything. I will explain you if you have any problems. Rehan number one. Rehan, can you hear me? Okay. Anit mute kara. Anit Rehan mute kara. There are two Rehans. Okay. Okay, just tell me. So other kind of killer them other. I'm going to explain Buddha. I'm asking from Rehan. Did you put kind of to the host and panelist?
No.
Oh. Yes. Oh no. I'm going to explain.
No.
Okay. Two Rehans are talking right now. I'm just confused. Okay. So other Rehan. Are you the one? Other kind of killer them?
Oh.
Right. Okay. Okay, let me explain myself. So with the bilateral symmetry, if you take this plane figure, do you know what do you mean by plane figure?
Yeah.
What do you mean by plane figure?
Symmetrical.
No. What do you mean by plane figure? You don't know what you mean by plane figure, right? Let me explain that. Puta, what do you mean by a plane? Plane means, Puta, a flat surface is a plane. This board is a plane. Your exercise book is a plane. Your tutor is a plane. If it is a flat surface, it is a plane. So what do you mean by plane figures? The figures which are drawn in planes, we call them as plane figures. The plane figures, there are two types. Plane figures, there are two types. Open plane figures. Open plane figures. Buddha, you don't have to write this, huh? Closed plane figures. The open plane figures are the plane figures which are not bounded, right? Here you can see which are not bounded. What is bound? If there is an ring. Closed plane figures are the plane figures which are bounded. Correct. Then we go to the okay. Right. So these are the plane figures. Right. So here first page again. Right. So Buddha, here you can see this is a plane figure. Can you understand, Rehan? If I fold this plane figure along this straight line, can you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do I want to explain in Sinhala? If you follow this plane figure along this straight line, මේ straight line එක ඔස්සේ මේ රූපය දෙකට නැමුවොත් එක මත එක පිහිටන්නේ නැද්ද? coincide වෙන්නේ නැද්ද?
Yeah.
Ah,
I didn't speak Singlish.
can you understand English?
Yes.
Okay, I'm asking you a problem, Buddha. If I follow this plane figure along this straight line, these two sides coincides or no?
Yes.
Coincides. Then what I can say? So this plane figure is bilaterally symmetrical along this axis, right?
Yeah.
So what I can say, if I take a knife and if I cut along this, මෙහෙම කපනවා. හරි. Same shape, same area, two parts නේද? එන්නේ. ඒතරම I'm bilateral symmetrical plane figure එකක් තමයි මගේ අඟත්. Your body as well, the human body as well, right? Then, for example, like if I have an eye here, I don't have an eye here. It's very ugly, no, Buddha? If I have an eye here, if I don't have an eye here, it's very ugly, no? Very beautiful if I am symmetrical, right? Can you understand what I'm saying? In nature, we can see a lot of things that are symmetrical. They have ball leaf, right? Everything is, a lot of things are symmetrical because in order to maintain the beauty, it's another thing, right? Okay, so if I have a nose here, it's very ugly, right? I mean, can you understand what I'm saying? So if I have only one ear and I don't have another ear, it's very ugly, right? So human body is bilateral symmetrical along this axis, right? So here you can understand this plane figure is bilateral symmetrical along this axis. If I fold along this axis, these two parts coincides, and also here as well, right? So bilaterally symmetrical along this axis. We call this axis as symmetrical axis. So what you can't understand here? Tell me, Rehan.
I understand it now.
So what do you have to, we can't understand here because we just only started the lesson. Now you can understand everything, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Okay. So the problem is, Puta, so the new students actually, I think most of the new students here, as today is a free seminar session, still you did not pay the class fee and still you do not have the tute with you, but my all students and some new students, they already have this tutorial with them. Turn on the chat, put yes to the chat if you have this tutorial with you right now and calendar and everything with you right now. Put yes to the chat. Did you put yes to the chat? You can see, right? So many yeses. Right? They already have the tutorial with them, turn off the chat, and also the workbook cover, notebook cover, and the calendar as well. But the students who did not pay the class fee yet, they do not have the tutorial, but it's okay. You will receive your tutorial within 3 days once your class payment is done. Then you can come to the class next session with the tutorial. It doesn't matter, right? Today just learn. Okay. Right, let's go. Okay. Let's move into the first question. First question, right? Start at the bottom, right? Okay. The students who do not have the tutorial with you right now, what you have to do is Puta, you don't need to write the questions, right? Because you will receive your tutorial once you pay the class fee. It doesn't matter. So what you have to do is Puta, just put question number 1 and let's write the answers. Question number 1 and question number 1, right? Okay. So here, look at the above butterfly. Look at the line AB drawn in the middle of the second figure. The same figure, I can duplicate figure. So I have drawn a straight line AB. How many similar parts of the butterfly have coincided from AB line above? Turn on the chat. Tell me the answer. Chutis, tell me the answer. How many similar parts of the butterfly have coincided from the AB line above? Yes, 2 parts. Nice. 2 parts. Okay. Are the both left and right sides equal in every way? Above figure, yes or no? In every way, shape, area, and everything. Yes, of the chart, of the chart, of the chart. Yes. What name can be given to a figure like above? What is the name that we can give? It is a bilateral, symmetrical plane figure. Bilateral, symmetrical plane figure. What do you mean by bilateral? Bilateral කියන්නේ පුතේ ද්විපාර්ශ්වික. කියන්නේ there are two parts coincides. හරි bilateral symmetrical, write down bilateral symmetrical figure. Bilateral symmetrical figure. Suggest a name for the AB line. We call it as symmetrical axis or symmetrical line. Symmetrical axis and also symmetrical line. Okay. Now I'm going to teach you a very special thing. Now I'm going to teach you a very special thing. Tell me, if I take a rectangle, if I take a rectangle, if I fold this rectangle along a diagonal, what do you mean by diagonal? With a straight line joining two opposite vertices. Sorry. මෙයා vertices ඒවා දන්නෙත් නැද්ද දැන් සමහර කට්ටිය ඒවා දන්නෙත් නැහැ. Right. If I fold a rectangle along a diagonal, just tell me, coincide වෙනවද? Is this plane figure bilateral symmetrical along a diagonal? Rectangle. මේ බලන්න මට දෙන්න rectangular piece of a paper. Yeah, it's okay. Give me that. And take this. This is a rectangle. If I fold along, now here you can understand that actually in a rectangle, these two parts are equal in area. Equal in area, right? Same shape. Equal in area, same shape. But not bilateral symmetrical along this axis today. Why? Because it doesn't coincide. බලන්න නමලා. හරි. Area එකත් equal, shape එකත් equal, ඔක්කොම equal, but not coincides. Huh? So it is not bilateral symmetrical along this axis. Can you understand what I'm saying? If you take a square, it is bilateral symmetrical along the diagonal. Can you remember when you was in grade 2, grade 3, grade 4, grade 5? Huh? There is a handkerchief. Actually, when I was little, my mother just in the morning, a square shaped handkerchief and just fold into two parts along the diagonal and attach it here. So what I do is, turn on the chat. Do you have that experience with you? Do you have that experience with you? When you was in small, when you were small, did your mother give the square-shaped handkerchief and fold into two parts and just paste it here? Can understand. Okay, off the show. So, පුතේ square එකක් ගත්තොත්, yeah, square is bilateral symmetrical along the diagonal. ගාන්ට නැමිලා ගාන්ට සෙට් වෙනවා ත්‍රිකෝණේ. අම්මා කරන්නේ ඔක උදේම මේව 68කින් ගානවා. ඉතින් අපි ඔටෝ පෙරබර ඉන්නවා ඒකනේ. මම පොඩි කාලේ එහෙම කරා. Okay. Right. Now we can understand, right? It doesn't matter if these two parts are equal in area or equal in shape, same of the shape, same shape, but it has to be coincide. If it is bilateral on this axis. Okay, we can understand, right? Okay. So here, there is a special note here. A line through a plane figure which divides into two parts of the same shape and the same area which do not coincide with each other is not axis of symmetry in the figure. ඔයාලට මේක නිකන් ස්ක්වයර් එකක් වගේ මේ පේන්නේ නැහැ නේද? මේක රෙක්ටැන්ගල් එකක් තියෙන්නේ මෙතන. ඔයාලට නිකන් රෙක්ටැන්ගල් එකක් තියෙන්නේ මෙතන හරිද? ස්ක්වයර් එකක් නෙමෙයි තියෙන්නේ රෙක්ටැන්ගල් එකක් වගේ එකක් තියෙන්නේ. දැන් ඒක මේ මම ඔය කියව කතාව තමයි ඔය කියන්නේ. Turn on the chat. Put yes to the chat if you can understand properly. Okay, off the show. Right. Listen to me now. Okay. Put it. Now I'm going to explain about my classes. Now you are staying at your home, in your safe zone, with your parents and with your beloved ones, with your family. Now you don't have to go to buses and go to tuition classes, right? Now you can learn from home. You would receive your tutorial to your home within 3 days after the class payment. Now you have this tutorial with you and you're just sitting on the table and you have this calendar with you. I just put in it here, right? Okay. Now you are learning, right? You have a good learning experience than a physical class because you go to the physical classes. Maybe you can't, sometimes you can't hear the sir, you can't see the sir, but, and also you're tired when you're going back, coming. Your mother, your father also have to go there and come, right? Now you don't have to do anything. You have this tutorial with you. You have everything with you. And I am with you, right? Okay, so you are learning and I'm teaching. Right. So this is the tutorial. Let me show the tutorial for the new students. Let's show. Okay. So this is your first tutorial, tutorial number 1. Let me show those. Right. This tutorial is consists of your first 3 lessons: symmetry, sets, and operations on whole numbers. So here with all the theoretical matters that I am teaching in the class is included, right? So here you can understand, right? Okay, right? Once we complete the theory parts, you will have a special tune. You will have a special tune for the lesson, right? And also there will be answers. Then the next lesson sets, right? Everything that we are doing in the class is included. And the special tune, right? Okay, then the next lesson, special tune, right? Okay, once you scan this QR, you will receive your answers, and also when you go to your website, you can watch class recordings, you can watch the answers for the special tunes. Do you know about that? Once we complete the theory, what you have to do then? I told you, you have to prepare 2 books, notebook and workbook. Now, for example, the first lesson is symmetry. Once we complete this, I told you that normally in the class we are doing the works on the tutorial, and at home you are doing again what you have done in the class in your notebook. or if you do your works on the notebook in the class, what you have to do is at home, you have to do what you have done in the notebook in your tutorial. Once we complete the lesson symmetry, you have to do all the textbook exercises of the symmetry and the special tune. We are doing the textbook exercises and the special tune on the workbook. And also, Buddha, I have upgraded our systems from this month onward, right? You will receive the answers of the textbook exercises as well, like this video format. Textbook exercises වල answers උත් ඔයාලා කරාට පස්සේ check කරගන්න මේ format එකෙන් හම්බ වෙනවා. අපි class එකේ ගණන් ගොඩක් හදනවා හරි. මම කියන්නේ මේ අමතරව. දැන් class එකේ වෙලාවෙ ඔක්කොම ගණන් හදන්න ඒ කියන්නේ textbook exercises උත් කරලා ඔක්කොම කරන්න time එක මදිනේ. අපි ඔයාලට මෙන්න මේ format එකකින් textbook exercises වල answers ටික දෙනවා web එකේ. Let's show them.
Today we are doing a grade 6 place value problem. The question says that the total capital spent on the fish canning factory is 840 million rupees. Now, this total money did not come from one place only. Part of the money was borrowed from the bank, and the rest was the owner's own money. The question tells us that the owner got a bank loan of 250 million rupees. So children, think for a moment. If the total money is 840 million and 250 million came from the bank, then the remaining money must be the owner's own investment. To find the owner's own money, we subtract the bank loan from the total capital. Now watch carefully. 840 million minus 250 million. When we subtract, we get 590 million rupees. So children, the amount of money that the owner put into the project on his own is rupees 590 million.
So in the class, we are doing plenty of questions in our tutorial, right? But at home, you have to do your textbook exercises now. So we thought of such an upgrade for our system. Tell on the chat. Do you like it? Our textbook exercises කරපුවාම ඒකේ answers ඔය විදිහකට format එකකින් දෙන්න මම තීරණය කරා. එපාද ඕනද කියලා අහන්න. Shock නේ? It's very nice, Debuta. You can recheck your answers. Okay, let's go to the website. Let me show what are the features that you can gain from our online class. I'm happy and also I just want to say, Buta, this is not boasting. So, මේ ටෙක්නොලොජි එක තියෙන තව ක්ලාස් එකක් මම තාම දැකලා නැහැ. හරි මේ ඔයාලට තේරෙයි මම බෝස්ටිං වෙනවන්නේ නැත්නම් අලුතෙන් ආපු කට්ටියට. ඉන්න මම පෙන්නන්න ඔක්කොම. For example, Buddha, after you come to our classes, you have to create an account in my website. Once you create an account in our website, so each and any time you can watch your class recordings if you go to grade 7 English medium. And if you have paid the class fee for example, if you have paid the class fee for the month of November, for example, right? If you click watch videos here, you can see all the class recordings here and all the special tutor answers, everything is here. Marking schemes are මේ ඔක්කොම මෙතන තියෙනවා. Study materials ටික මාසෙ ටික. Right? How is that? It's like Netflix, huh? And also you have the app as well. ඉස්සලා web එකේ register වෙන්න ඕනේ. පස්සේ app එක download කරගෙන app එක register ලා තියෙන class එක තියෙනකොට ටක් දාලා pop up එක එනවා. වැඩ කැලි ගොඩයි. Right? You can watch your class recordings here. Right? It's like Netflix. I think you have the experience of Netflix. Right? Right. So you can watch your class recordings, anything, everything. It's nice, ne? ළමයින්ට මෙහෙම ඉගෙන ගන්න දේවල් හොඳයිනේ. මේ එළියේ ඉන්න මිනිස්සු ටියුෂන් කියලා බයින්නේ. අනේ මෙහෙම හොඳයිනේ. මේ ළමයාට මේතර ස්මාර්ට් විදිහට ඉගෙන ගන්න දෙන කොච්චරද? හරි. Right. and your the textbook exercises වල answers උත් අර මං කිව්ව විදිහට ඔක්කොම අපි ලස්සනට මෙතන එනවා. Exams තිබ්බහම after we conducting exams with your marks will be updated here, right? Test results, unit test marks, tute test marks, paper classes කියන එක ඔයාලට applicable නැහැ. ඒ paper classes තියෙන grade 11 වලට දීපුවා. හරි. So you can see your class the results of each and every lessons, each and every month. There will be a test and there will be an evaluation and you can see your marks here. Right? Innovations, පුතා, innovative parts of our class. හරි? කොච්චර හොඳයිද මේවා? Right. Tute tracking option එක මේ. Tute එක track වෙනවා පුතේ. ඔයාලගේ tute එක කොහෙද තියෙන්නේ කියලා බලන්න පුළුවන්. class 3 ෙන් එනවා. ඒ මොනකටද බලන්න පුළුවන්. And results. The very special part is results. So dear parents, go to ishara.madushan.lk website and just take a look on results. So actually there were only 3 batches who faced for the GCE O-level examination. Highest number of A passes in Sri Lanka. Actually, here you can see all the records here. So here I මුකුත් නෑ නේ. I වෙන කතා නෑ. මේ student name එක, school එක, index number එක. Everything is there. එහෙමයි. මේ ළමයි දාස් ගානකට ඒකක් එන්න එහෙනම් මෙතන මේ පන්තියේ දෙයක් තියෙනවානේ. නැති වෙන්න බෑනේ. Everything is there. Term test results අරවා මේ ඔක්කොම ඒක නිදහසේ බලන්න මට දැන් ඕවා එක්ස්ප්ලেইন කර කර ඉන්න කියොත් එමේ වෙලා යනවා. මේ පල්ලෙහාට ගිහිල්ලා නිදහසේ අම්මලා තාත්තලාට බලන්න පුළුවන්. ඔක්කොම ෆිගර්ස් එක්ක තියෙනවා. වාර විභාග ප්‍රතිඵල අම්මලා කතා කරන ඒවා තාත්තලා කතා කරන ඒවා බාප්පලා පුංචිලා කතා කරන ඔක්කොම තියෙනවා. දැන් ඔවා මේ ප්ලේ කර කර ඉන්න මට වෙලාවක් නැහැ. මේ නිදහස් වෙලාවක බලන්න පුළුවන්. හරි. So, what is the class fee of our class? So each and every month you will receive your tutorial to your home. Unit test. Month test. Term test උත් තියෙනවා. Term test වලට කලින් අපි term test papers එවලා class recordings, web එක, app එක, IMS app එක, everything. So our class fee is 2,000 rupees. Within this 2,000 rupees, you will receive your tutorial to your home each and every month. And there will be unit test, monthly test, term test. And you can ask questions from me and learn in the class. No worries. Yeah. And also, especially, it is very important, actually, about the tutor. There may be some classes for the 500 rupees as well. But there is a difference with the other. There are a lot of features in our classes. And also, my O-level result was 9 years and my A-level result was 3 years from the math stream. And I have been graduated from University of Peradeniya as an electrical and electronic engineer. So things are different. So there may be some classes for the 500 rupees as well. Maybe there is a difference. Your features and the qualification of your tutor and everything is different. No? Quality of the output is different. Right. So within this 2,000 rupees, you will receive your tutorial to your home. And you can gain each and every features to you. Right. Okay. So if you want to come to our classes, what do you have to do? Timetable. Let me show the timetable. So you have the live class is on Friday 5:30 to 7 p.m. If you miss the live class, you can come to the repeat class Monday 7 to 8:30 p.m. Even though if you miss both the classes or if you come to both the classes, it doesn't matter. You can watch your class recording at your home anytime, any number of times, anytime. You can watch your class recordings from the web as well. So you can experience this. And I'm upgrading a lot of features. I told you, textbook exercises, answers, and everything. Yeah. We shall go back to the lesson. Before we go back to the lesson, if you want to continue our classes, what you have to do? Now I am posting a WhatsApp community to the chat. Make sure to join with the WhatsApp community that I am posting in the chat right now. Otherwise, you won't be able to come to our classes. If you want to come to our classes, make sure to join with the WhatsApp community. So we are updating all the payment details to the WhatsApp community. And if you have some problem of joining this WhatsApp community or whatever the problem, what you have to do is hotline. You have to put a hi WhatsApp message to this hotline. It will automatically reply you. It's a WhatsApp bot. And you have to select your grade and select your medium, and you will receive your WhatsApp community instantly. මේ වෙලම එනවා. මෙහෙම ගැව්ව ගමන් එනවා. hi කියලා දාන්න. ඒකට. හරි. If you have any problem. And you can call this to number. අපි hotline time එක වැඩි කරාද? 10:30 වෙනකම් වැඩි කරාද? තාම නෑ හරියට. අපි ඉස්සරහට hotline එක 10:30 වෙනකම් රාත් 10:00 වෙනකම් වැඩි කරනවා. Normal office hours you can call to this number if you have any clarifications. Okay, so enough. Right. Put it back. This is the figure. Same figure, duplicate figure. What is the name of the AB line drawn on the second figure? So we can understand that if I follow this figure along this AB line, what happens is it coincides, right? So I can say this plane figure is bilaterally symmetrical along the AB axis. So what is the name of the AB line drawn on the second figure? So what we can say, it is a symmetrical axis. Symmetrical axis. Sorry. Does the above plane figure have a bilateral symmetry? Yes. Along this symmetrical axis, it is bilateral symmetrical. So we can say yes. It is bilateral symmetrical. Okay with it? Right. So the students, the new students, you don't need to worry, Putari. Once you pay the class fee, you will receive your tutorial within 3 days. So today just take a small, just write the question number and write the answers. Okay, let's see this one. Write down the symmetrical line of axis of symmetry. Can symmetrical line have an axis of symmetry of this above figure. Above figure may following figure. Following. It doesn't matter, right? Don't worry about it. Okay. Okay, write down the answers for this question. Write down the answers for this question. So here you can understand the axis of symmetry of this figure is PQ, right? So here it is PQ. Here it is PQ, right? So it is PQ. Write down the other point that lie on the equal distance from the symmetrical line. දැන් බලන්න පුතේ දැන් මේ symmetrical line එකේ දැන් මේක මෙහෙම නැමුවාම if I fold along this මේ symmetrical line එක coincide වෙනවා නම් දැන් මේ B point එක coincide වෙන්නේ N point එකත් එක්ක නේද? එහෙම නැමුවාම. එහෙනම් distance from this symmetrical line to the B point is equal to the distance from this symmetrical line to the end point. And if I fold this figure along, then here මේ B point එක තමයි end point එක coincide වෙන්නේ. And the answer of here is it is N, right? C. It is M, right? D. It is L, right? E. It is K. F, it is J, right? G. I. Look at the above figure and write down the more paths similar to the following parts of the line. දැන් මේකට similar දැන් මේ බලන්න දැන් මේ line එකට similar වෙන්නේ මේ line එකට. දැන් මෙහෙම නැමුවාම if I fall along this symmetrical line, this AB line coincides along the AN line, right? Imagine. So AB it is AN, right? BC MN. CD ML, right? TE LK. EF KJ. FG JI. Name the part of the figure that is equal to the part of ABCD EFGHA. මොකක්ද කියන්නේ? ABCD EF G H. H පුතේ මෙතන A නෑ හරි. මෙතන මේ A කියන එක කපලා දාන්න. මෙන්න මේ correction එක පොඩ්ඩක් දාන්නකො type setting section එකට. හරි. මෙන්න මේ part එකට coincide වෙන part එක මොකක්ද? පුතේ ANML KJIH, right? ANML KJ IH. Turn on the chat. Can you understand? Turn on the chat. Can you understand? If you have any problems, put problem to the chat. Fast කියලා කෙනෙක් දාලා දෙනවා. පුතේ ඒක හරියයි වට තව ටික දවසකින් off the chat. ඒ ටියුට් එක අතේ නැති හින්දා තමයි වට එහෙම දැනෙන්නේ. Right? Problem? Who has the problems? Who's that? Kishen. Yes, Kishen, what's the problem? That's all. Kishen ලියනගේ, can you turn on your mic, please? Kishen ලියනගේ, you can talk now. Just tell me what the problem is. You're not talking. Okay, it's okay. Madhu. Correct? Turn on the chat. So put new to the chat if you are a new student, and I'm asking from my new students. So far, how is the experience of our online class? I'm asking from new students. Abdul Pute, Amasha, mic on. What do you feel about our online class right now? Yes, Amasha, what's the problem?
Excuse me, sir.
Okay, tell me what's the problem.
Sir, I can't understand the B and C.
Okay. So Pute, it's asking write down the other points that lie on the equal distance from the symmetrical line. And then the symmetrical line එකේ නේද? දැන් B කියන point එකට equal distance එකක් තියෙන අනිත් point එක මොකද්ද කියලා. හරි. Let me explain and let me teach you very special thing. Everybody listen to me, huh? Pute. If there is an external point like this, and if there is a straight line, if I ask you what is the distance from this point to this straight line, I ask you a question, what is the distance from this point to this straight line? Pute, if I draw a perpendicular line from this point to this straight line, right? For example, if I take the perpendicular distance, can perpendicular line එකක් draw කරනවා මම මේ straight line එකට. Pute, can you understand what is the name? Amasha, can you understand? දැන් මේ බලන්න මේ point එකේ ඉඳලා මේ straight line එකට තියෙන distance එක. මේ බලන්න මේ හැම මේ මෙහාට යන්න යන්න මේ distance එක මේ වැඩි වෙනවා. It increases. And here also it increases. So this is the shortest distance from this point to this straight line. Do you agree with me? Can you understand what I'm saying?
No, sir.
Can you understand Sinhala?
Yes.
මේ ලක්ෂයේ ඉඳලා මේ රේඛාවට තියෙන දුර ගැන තමයි මම මේ කතා කරන්නේ. මේ ලක්ෂයේ ඉඳලා මේ රේඛාවට මම perpendicular line එකක් මම මෙහෙම ඇඳගත්තාම, do you know what do you mean by perpendicular line?
රේඛාවක්?
Perpendicular line කියන එක දන්නේ නැද්ද?
No.
මේක මේ 90 degree angle එකක් වෙන මේක මේ 90 degree කියලා දන්නවද අරුන්තර?
Yes. Yes.
ඔව්. කියන්නේ අපි දැන් මේ point එකේ ඉඳලා මේක 90 degree වෙන විදිහට line එකක් හැන්දාම මේ two lines are perpendicular. ලම්බකයි.
Okay, sir.
එතකොට දැන් මේ perpendicular මේ point එකේ ඉඳලා මේ straight line එකට අදින මේ perpendicular distance එකනේ. බලන්න දැන් මේ මම කිව්වොත් දැන් මේ point එකේ ඉඳලා මේ straight line එකට distance එක කිව්වම දැන් මේ මට දැන් මේවත් හිතනවනේ මෙන්න මෙහෙම වෙන්න ගන්නත් බැයිද සර් වගේ එකක්. ඔයාලට බලන්න මේ මෙහාට යනකොට මේ length එක වැඩි වෙනව නේද මේ රේඛාවේ නැද්ද? පේන්නේ නැද්ද එහෙම ඔයාලට?
පේනවා, sir.
මෙහාට යනකොටත් වැඩි වෙනවා කියලා පේන්නේ නැද්ද?
පේනවා, sir.
එහෙනම් අර මේ point එකේ ඉඳලා මේ straight line එකට තියෙන shortest distance එක වෙන්නේ මේ point එකේ ඉඳලා මේ straight line එකට අඳින perpendicular line එකේ distance එක නේද කියලා මම අහන්නේ වගේ.
Yes, sir.
Turn on the chat. I'm asking from other students. Can you understand what I'm saying? Off the chat. Distance. ඔයාලට එච්චර ගැඹුරු වෙන්න ඕනේ නැහැ මම නේද? හරි. පැත්තකින් යන ඔය පස්සේ මම වන්නන්න. හරි. අගන්න. දැන් මේ පුතාට දැන් මේක තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ කිව්වනේ.
Yes, sir.
දැන් මගේ පුතේ තේරෙන්නේ නැද්ද දැන් මේ බලන්න මෙන්න මේ symmetrical line එක ඔස්සේ මම මේ රූපය නැමුවාම මේක මේක එක මත එක coincide වෙනවා කියන එක ඔයාලට තේරෙනවද කියන්නකෝ අඩු පුතට?
Yes, sir.
ඒ coincide වෙනකොට මේ point එක coincide වෙන්නේ මෙයා එක්ක කියලා පුතාට තේරෙන්නේ නැද්ද? මෙහෙම නැම
තේරෙනවද සර්?
ඉතින් එහෙනම් පුතේ මේ ඩිස්ටන්ස් එක මේ ඩිස්ටන්ස් එකට ඉක්වල් වෙන්න බෑ. එහෙම කොයින්සයිඩ් වෙන්න නම්. නැද්ද? මේ ඩිස්ටන්ස් එක මේ ඩිස්ටන්ස් එකට ඉක්වල් වෙන්න ඕනේ නැද්ද?
ඕනි සර්.
එතකොට ඉතින් B මේක ඉක්වල් ඩිස්ටන්ස් එකෙන් තියෙන අනිත් පොයින්ට් එක වෙන්නේ n බීටා n. හරිද?
Yes sir. Okay sir.
D for L, E for K, right? F for J, G for I. Okay පුතේ? Tell me. Okay පුතේ. Okay. Right, turn on the chat. Right, okay. Turn off the chat. Turn off the chat. Right, okay. We shall go to the next problem. Draw symmetrical axis on the figures of the right side of the following figures. Then here, බාරද අලුත් ළමයි ගාව ටියුට් එක නැති වුණාම තියෙන කරදරයි. ටියුට් එක නැති වුණාම අඳින්න බෑ මේක. කවන්නේ දැන් ළමයි සදලා හරි අවශ්‍ය නැහැ. මේකේ symmetrical line එක මේකේ අඳින්න කියලා කියනවා. දැන් bilateral symmetrical line පොඩක් හිතලා බලන්න මොන axis එක ඔස්සේ නැමුවොත්ද coincide වෙන්නේ. Exactly this axis, right? An axis of symmetry. What about this? If you fold this figure along exactly on this straight line, it coincides. Yeah, hat has set වෙනවා. නාය භාගයට නාය භාගය set වෙනවා. කටේ භාගයට කටේ set වෙනවා. අනිත් ඒවා ඔක්කොම set වෙනවා. What about this figure? If you fold exactly on this straight line, no any other straight line. What about this figure? All right. Do this by yourself. All right, Pude. If you exactly follow along this straight line, it coincides, right? මේක බලන්න මේ. ඔය දැන් මෙහෙම නැමුවොත් එහෙම coincide වෙනවද? නෑ. අර triangles දෙක coincide වෙන්නේ නෑ. But if you fold along this, yeah, it coincides. Turn on the chat, can you understand? Okay, off the show. Okay, Buddha. So, as today is the first day, now you can understand about our class, how it is happening, how I'm teaching, what are the features that you can gain. Okay, so now I'm going to play. There are 2 videos, Hari. And after these 2 videos, the class will be ended. And we shall meet on the next day, because today is the first day. So one is about my life story, and one is about the process of our classes. Okay, first put the process of our classes, then put the life story. ඔයාලා දන්නවද? මගේ මුළු ජීවිත කතාවම වෙනස් කරේ පොතකුයි පෑනකුයි කියලා. අද මං කියන්න හදන්නේ මගේ කතාව. මගේ තාත්තා පුංචිම පුංචි සිලර කඩ ව්‍යාපාරිකයෙක්. අම්මත් කරේ තාත්තට උදව් වෙන එක. ඉතින් අපි පොඩි කාලේ අපේ අම්මටයි තාත්තටයි ඕන උනේ අපිට හොඳ අධ්‍යාපනයක් ලබා දෙන්න.
කොච්චර අගහිකකම් තිබුණත් අපිට නිසි අධ්‍යාපනයක් ලබා දෙන්න. මොකද අපේ අම්මයි තාත්තයි වැඩි ඉගෙනගෙන නැති වුණාට ඒගොල්ලෝ දැනගෙන හිටියා මේ ලෝකේ ජය ගන්න, තමන්ගේ දරුවන් මේ ලෝකේ ජය ගන්න නම් ඒගොල්ලන්ට නිසි අධ්‍යාපනයක් ලබා දෙන්න ඕනි කියලා. මට ඉන්නවා අයියලා දෙන්නෙකුයි අක්කෙකුයි. ඉතින් පොඩි කාලේ පාර යන වාහන දැක්කහම මං ඒව තාත්තට පෙන්නුවහම තාත්තා මට කිව්වේ පුතේ අපේ තරමට හිතපන් කියලා. මං ඒ වෙලාවේ මගේ හීන යටපත් කරගෙන මම කල්පනා කරා මම මේ වෙලාවේ මොනවද කරන්න ඕනේ කියලා. මගේ අනාගතය වෙනස් කරගන්න, මම ලබා උපන් විදිහ වෙනස් කරගන්න, මගේ පරම්පරාවේ කතාව වෙනස් කරගන්න.
අක්කා මේක ටිකක් අමාරුයි නේද? අමාරුයි තමයි. ඒත් අපි එකට කළොත් අපිට පුළුවන්.
මගේ අම්මයි තාත්තයි හැම වෙලේම උත්සාහ කරේ අපේ අයියලා දෙන්නටයි අක්කටයි මටයි අපි හැමෝටම හොඳ අධ්‍යාපනයක් දෙන්න. අම්මා හැම වෙලේම කිව්වේ පුතේ හොඳට ඉගෙන ගනින්. ඉගෙනගෙන ජීවිතේ වෙනස් කරගනින්. අපි වගේ දුක් විඳින්න එපා කියලා. මම උපන්ගේ සල්ලිකාරයෙක් නෙවෙයි. ඒ දවස්වල මම කල්පනා කරා මම මොනවද කරන්න ඕනේ කියලා. මට තිබුණේ පොතකුයි පෑනකුයි විතරයි. ඉතින් මම කල්පනා කරා මම හොඳට ඉගෙන ගත්තොත් මට කවදා හරි දවසක පුළුවන් වෙයි මගේ ජීවිත කතාව වෙනස් කරන්න. මගේ පරම්පරාවේ කතාව වෙනස් කරන්න කියලා. ඒක හින්දා මම හොඳට ඉගෙන ගත්තා. මං විතරක් නෙමෙයි. මගේ අයියලත් අක්කලත් හොඳට ඉගෙන ගත්තා. මගේ අක්කා ගුරුවරියක්. මගේ ලොකු අයියත් පේරාදෙණිය විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයෙන් විද්‍යාපීඨයෙන් සයන්ස් ෆැකල්ටි එකෙන් පාස් අවුට් වුණ කෙනෙක්. එයා මේ වෙනකොට ලොකු ව්‍යාපාරිකයෙක්. මගේ පොඩි අයියා එයාත් මොරටුව විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයේ ඉංජිනේරු පීඨයෙන් ඉගෙනුම ලබලා මේ වෙනකොට ඕස්ට්‍රේලියාවේ එයාගේ PhD එක එයාගේ පශ්චාත් උපාධිය නිම කරලා දැන් එහි රැකියාවක නියුතු වෙනවා. ඉතින් පුංචිම කෙනා තමයි පවුලේ මම. අපිට පොඩි කාලේ ඉන්න ගයක් තිබ්බේ නැහැ. අපි හිටියේ තාත්තගේ ඒ පුංචිම කඩේ පිටිපස්සේ. ඒ දවස්වල පෑනකුයි පොතකුයි හීන ගොඩකුයි තියාගෙන මම මගේ අනාගතය වෙනුවෙන් හොඳට ඉගෙන ගත්තා. මම මුලින්ම ඉස්කෝලේ ගියේ නිට්ටඹුව බෞද්ධ මහාවිද්‍යාලයට. ඒකෙන් මම ශිෂ්‍යත්වය සමත් වෙලා මම කුරුණෑගල මලීදේව විද්‍යාලයට ඇතුළත් වුණා. කුරුණෑගල මලීදේව විද්‍යාලයේදී සාමාන්‍ය පෙළ විභාගයට මට ඒ සාමාර්ථ 9ක් ලබා ගන්න පුළුවන් වුණා. ඊට පස්සේ උසස් පෙළ ගණිත අංශය තෝරගත්තා. ඒ වෙනකොටත් මට තිබුණේ පොතකුයි පෑනකුයි හීන ගොඩකුයි විතරයි. අපේ තාත්තට තිබුණේ පුංචි තැපැල් 90ක් විතරයි. ඉතින් මට මතකයි පුංචි කාලේ බස්වල තෙරපි ඉස්කෝලේ ගියපු කාලේ, ටියුෂන් පන්ති ගියපු කාලේ. ඉතින් පොතකුයි පෑනකුයි තියාගෙන හීන 1000ක් ඔළුවේ තියාගෙන මම උසස් පෙළ විභාගය ලිව්වා. උසස් පෙළ විභාගයේදී ඒ සාමාර්ථ 3ක් ලබාගෙන මං පේරාදෙණිය විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයට ඇතුළත් වුණා. ඉතින් මං හිතුවා කවදා හරි දවසක මගේ හීන හැබෑවි කියලා. හැබැයි ඒක වෙන්නේ කොහොමද කියලා මං දැනන් හිටියේ නෑ. මට මතකයි උදේ ඉඳලා රෑ වෙනකන් දාඩිය පෙරාගෙන අත්වල කරගැට තියාගෙන අපේ තාත්තා කරවල කපපු හැටි. අපේ අම්මා ඒවට කඩේ වැඩවලට උදව් වෙච්ච හැටි. ඉතින් මට ඕනේ උනේ නැහැ උසස් පෙළින් පස්සේ කිසිම වෙලාවක ගෙදර මිනිස්සුන්ට කරදර කරන්න. ඒ නිසා මට ඔය කීයක් හරි හොයාගන්න මං කැම්පස් ඉන්න කාලෙම ටියුෂන් පටන් ගත්තා. ටියුෂන් පටන් ගත්ත කිව්වට මේ මහා ලොකුවට නෙවෙයි. කැම්පස් එකේ මගේ වියදම් හොයාගන්න. මට මතකයි මම බස්වල එල්ලිලා කෝච්චිවල එල්ලිලා කැම්පස් ඉවර වෙලා ඒ ගෙවල් වලට ගිහිල්ලා ළමෙක්ට දෙන්නෙක්ට ඉගෙනුවා. හැබැයි විශේෂම දේ තමයි මම කැම්පස් එකට යන්න ඉන්නකොට තිබුණා මේ සස්නක සංසද කියලා සංවිධානයක්. මේ සංවිධානය ලංකාවේ ඉස්කෝල 10 ගානක නොමිලේ ගණිත සම්මන්ත්‍රණ සංවිධානය කරලා තිබුණා. ඉතින් මගේ ස්වේච්ඡාවෙන් මහ ලොකුවට අතේ තිබුණු සල්ලියක් නැහැ. මම ඔය ටියුෂන් පන්තියක් කරලා ළමෙක්ට උගන්වලා ඔය හම්බෙන රුපියල් 2000න් මම නගරයක් ගානේ ගිහිල්ලා ළමයි 10 ගානකට නොමිලේ ඉගෙනුවා. ඊට පස්සේ කොරෝනා කාලේ DP education නාලිකාව හරහා ලංකාවේ ළමයි 10 ගානකට මම නොමිලේ ඉගෙනුවා. ඉතින් මම මෙහෙම උගන්වගෙන යනකොට මට යම් කාරණයක් තේරුණා. මට ඉගැන්වීමේ යම් කුසලතාවයක් ඇති බව මට දැනුණා. ඉතින් මම තීරණය කරා මගේ අනාගතය ඉගැන්වීමත් එක්ක කරගෙන යන්න ඕන කියලා. ඉතින් ළමයි කීප දෙනෙක්ගෙන් පටන් ගත්ත අපේ ඔන්ලයින් ගණිත පන්තිය මේ වෙනකොට ළමයි 10,000 ගානක් බවට පත් වෙලා ඉවරයි. ඉතින් මම කල්පනා කරේ පොතකට පෑනකට හීනවලට කොච්චර දෙයක් කරන්න පුළුවන්ද කියලා. මිනිස්සෙක්ගේ ජීවිතය අනාගතය ඒ වගේම ලබා උපන් හැටි පරම්පරාවේ කතාව මේ හැම එකක්ම අධ්‍යාපනයට වෙනස් කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඉතින් මගේ ගොඩක් හීන මම හැබෑ කරගත්තේ නිසි අධ්‍යාපනය හින්දා. අධ්‍යාපනය කියලා කියන්නේ ආභරණයක්. ඒ ආභරණය ඔයාලගේ භෞතික ආභරණ වගේ නෙමෙයි. මුතු, මාල, වළඳු, ගෙවල් මේ හැම එකක්ම හොරකම් කරන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙම නැත්නම් නැති වෙලා යන්න පුළුවන්. හැබැයි මේ අධ්‍යාපනය කියන ආභරණය කිසිම කෙනෙක්ට කිසිම දවසක ඔයගොල්ලෝගෙන් හොරකම් කරන්න බෑ. ඒ නිසා මේ වටිනාම ආභරණය පැනත ගන්න. ඔබේ දරුවන්ටත් පලඳන්න. ඉතින් මේ කමෙන්ට් කරන සමහර අයට මේ කියන්නේ මේ කිසිම දෙයක් ඉබේ පහළ වුණ දේවල් නෙමෙයි. අවුරුදු ගණනාවක් මේ අධ්‍යාපනය ලබා ගන්න රැවල් කීයක් නිදි මරලා ඇත්තා. කොච්චර පීඩනයකින් අවුරුදු 20 ගාණක් වැඩ කරලා ඇත්තා. ඒ විතරකුත් නෙවෙයි. අපේ ටියුෂන් පන්ති මේ තත්ත්වයට අපි ගොඩනගන්න. අපි ඒ වෙනුවෙන් කොච්චර කැප වෙන්නේ නැත්තා. දිවාරය නොබලා ළමයි වෙනුවෙන් උගන්නලා ළමයි වෙනුවෙන් නිබන්ධන සකස් කරලා අපි ඒවා ඒ ළමයින්ගේ ගෙවල් වලට යවලා අපේ සිස්ටම්ස් ඒ හැම එකක්ම අපි ක්‍රමානුකූලව හදාගෙන කරන දෙයක්. ඉතින් මේ කිසිම දෙයක් ඉබේ පහළ වුණු දේවල් නෙවෙයි. අවුරුදු ගණනාවක කැපවීම සහ මහන්සියේ ප්‍රතිඵල පමණයි.
Ishara Madushan online school.
2026 6 ශ්‍රේණිය සිට 11 ශ්‍රේණිය දක්වා සිංහල මාධ්‍ය ඉංග්‍රීසි මාධ්‍ය අපේ ඔන්ලයින් ගණිත පන්තියේ නව පන්ති ආරම්භය. 6 ශ්‍රේණිය ඉඳලා 11 ශ්‍රේණිය දක්වා සිංහල මාධ්‍ය ඉංග්‍රීසි මාධ්‍ය අපේ ඔන්ලයින් ගණිත පන්තියට අලුතෙන්ම සම්බන්ධ වෙන ඔයාගේ මැසේජ් එක මොනිටර් වෙන්නේ මේ සෙක්ෂන් එකේ.
අමාරුයි කියන ගණිතය ලේසිම විදියට කියලා දෙන ස්මාර්ට් ඔන්ලයින් ගණිත පන්තිය.
මේ ඉන්නේ ඔයාව අපේ පන්තියට ලියාපදිංචි කරගත්තට පස්සේ ඔයාට හැම මාසෙකදීම ඒ මාසෙට අදාළ නිබන්ධනය සූදානම් කරන අපේ කාර්ය මණ්ඩලය.
මේ ලංකාවේ වැඩිම සිසුන් ප්‍රමාණයක් සහභාගී වන ඉංජිනේරු ඉෂාර මදුෂාන් සර්විසින් මෙහෙවන ඔන්ලයින් ගණිත පන්තියයි.
සර් 15 වෙනි ගානේ දෙක ගුණ කිරීම ඒ ගුණ කිරීම ඒ කියලා යන්න පුළුවන් නේද සර්?
පුළුවන්. දෙක ගුණ කිරීම මේ හතර වෙනුවට ඕන නම් දෙක ගුණ කිරීම දෙක ගුණිතයක බලයක්
ඉන්නේ. උදේ 8 ඉඳලා හවස 5 දක්වා අපේ පන්ති පිළිබඳ ඔයාගේ ඕනම ගැටලුවකට ඔයා කතා කරන ඔන්ලයින් ටීම් එක.
I'm calling from Ishara Sir's online maths class.
ඉංග්‍රීසි මාධ්‍ය පන්ති පිළිබඳ විමසීම් සඳහා දැනුවත් කිරීම වෙන්නේ මෙන්න මෙතනින්.
I have 98 marks. I'm so glad to hear that.
99, 99, 99, 91, 89, I have the first of the Ashoka Vidyalaya, Colombo 10.
Yes, sir.
Each and every class, 6 to 11, single medium, English medium, every class, there are a lot of students who has the highest marks in the class and also in the section as well.
මෙතනින් තමයි අපේ ස්ටාෆ් එක වැඩ කරන විදිය මොනිටර් වෙන්නේ.
ටියුට් පරක් වෙන්න බෑ. අනිවාර්යෙන් දවස් 3න් ගෙවල් වලට යන්න ඕනේ.
අපේ පන්තියේ ළමයි දහස් ගණනකගේ නිබන්ධන සූදානම් වෙන්නේ මෙන්න මෙතන.
Ishara Madushan online school private limited ඇමරිකාවේ BWIO ජාත්‍යන්තර සම්මානයෙන් පිටුම් ලත් එකම online ආයතනය.
මේ තියෙන්නේ අපේ type setting section එක. ඉතින් මේ තියෙන්නේ මා විසින් සම්පාදනය කරපු ගණිත විෂය සඳහාම වෙන්වෙච්ච අපේ පොත් කට්ටලය. ඉතින් ලංකාවේ ඕනම දරුවෙක්ට අපේ පොත් අපේ online store එක හරහා මිලදී ගැනීමේ හැකියාව පවතිනවා. ඔයාලගේ පොත්පත් ඒ වගේම නිබන්ධන ස්ටෝ කරලා තියෙන ස්ටෝ රූම් එක. මේ තියෙන්නේ අපේ IT section එක. මේ IT section එකේ තමයි ඔයගොල්ලෝගේ වෙබ් අඩවිය ඒ වගේම ඔයගොල්ලෝගේ app එක මේන්ටේන් වෙන්නේ. ඒ විතරක් නෙවෙයි ලංකාවේ බොහෝ පාසල් වල වාර විභාග සඳහා පන්තියේ වැඩිම ලකුණු ගන්න ළමයි ඉන්නේ මේ පන්තියේ. 91 81 83 90 100 100 100
අදාම 70ට අඩුවෙන් තමයි තිබ්බේ. යාළුවෝත් අහනවා කොහොමද ඉන්නේ පාටම අඩු වෙලා හිටින එක පාටම ගණන් වලට වැඩි.
එතෙක් මෙතෙක් ඉතිහාසය තුළ ගණිත පන්තියකින් බිහු වැඩිම ඒ සාමාර්ථ ප්‍රමාණය.
මට ගණන් වලට ඒකක් තියෙනවා. මැත්ස් වලට ඒකක් තියෙනවා.
මැත්ස් වලට ඒකක් තියෙනවා.
මැත්ස් වලට ඒකක් තියෙනවා.
මැත්ස් වලට ඒකක් තියෙනවා සර්.
ලංකාවේ දෙමාපියන් දහස් ගානකගේ විශ්වාසය දිනපු එකම ස්මාර්ට් ඔන්ලයින් ගණිත පන්තිය.
හැමෝම අහනවා මම ඇත්තටම හැමෝටම කියනවා සර්ගේ ක්ලාස් එකට ජොයින් වෙන්න කියලා. එතනම ඔන්ලයින් ක්ලාස් කියන්නේ අපේ ළමයින්ට ලැබුණු ලොකු දායාදයක් කියලා.
සර්ගේ ක්ලාස් එකකින්ද ගොඩ ගියා කියලා සතුටට පුතාව ජොයින් කරන්න දැන්
2026 6 ශ්‍රේණිය සිට 11 ශ්‍රේණිය දක්වා අපේ ඔන්ලයින් ගණිත පන්තියේ නොමිලේ ආරම්භක සම්මන්ත්‍රණයට සම්බන්ධ වෙන්න ඔයා කරන්න ඕන මේ පල්ලෙහා තියෙන WhatsApp බටන් එක ක්ලික් කරන්න. නැත්නම් මේ තිරයේ දිස්වන දුරකථන අංකයට හරියටම WhatsApp මැසේජ් එකක් යොමු කරන්න. එහෙනම් අපි පන්තියේදී හම්බෙමු.